Hi Virgo, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much, my darlings, for joining me on your week ahead. We're going to be doing the weekly reading as a midweek this week. So it's 5th of February, which is Wednesday, through to the 11th of February, which is next Tuesday. Same week ahead reading, it's just kind of like a midweek to midweek, okay? So for the reading, we are using the This Might Hurt Tarot by Isabella Rotman. And for your spiritual advice, we're using the Psychic Tarot for the Heart by John Holland. Had this about 2 years, never used it. Really, really love it now. Fantastic. And also there's a deck that came today, the Oracle of the Fairies by Karen Kay. Okay, fantastic deck for spiritual advice as well. So let's get started on the reading, Virgo, and see what the universe has to say to you for this week coming in. Okay, Virgo, so let's have a look. What have we got? So you are facing the Four of Coins. Wow. So the energy around you this week is about the Four of Coins. This is all about holding on to your assets, protecting your income. Four of Coins energy. It can be gaining money as well, but this is also saving money. Four of Coins energy. What's influencing that Four of Coins energy? The Fool. Some of you guys have probably been a little bit wayward with your cash. Because the Fool is not just about new beginnings or, you know, potential opportunities. And it could be some of you guys are focusing on gaining money through a new opportunity. It could be, yeah. Focuses on gaining money through a new opportunity, a new path, a new business idea, the Fool energy. But it could also be saving money because one has been a bit silly. Let's have a look at what the root issue is. What's this all about? The Queen of Swords energy. So I just feel that some of you guys are making cuts. So I actually don't think it's a new opportunity. I think the focus is on saving money here. Virgo, okay. Some of you guys have been a little bit hap-handed with money, the Fool energy showing here. And the root issue is all about the Queen of Swords energy. This is about getting real, getting objective with the Queen of Swords energy showing here. Okay, a very important decision that's been made with the Queen of Swords energy, making a few cuts with the Queen of Swords. In the last 3 to 4 weeks, what have you guys been experiencing? The Lovers. So some of you guys have had a choice to make perhaps with the Lovers card in the last 3 to 4 weeks. What's the most likely outcome then so far? The Hanged Man. Okay. So the Hanged Man is delays, but also the Hanged Man is looking at things from a different perspective. But I think actually the most likely outcome is you're going to have to sacrifice quite a few things. A few luxuries probably. Hangman Empress probably, I don't know whether an Empress will show me that, but I feel that some of you guys having to kind of, you know, strip things back and sacrifice a few things. What are you experiencing coming in? Five of Wands. Could be a little bit of worry there, Virgo, okay? A little bit of frustration with that Five of Wands energy showing there. How are you approaching everything right now? You're okay. You're approaching it from the perspective of the King of Wands. If you approach a situation from a perspective as a King of Wands, you're kind of emotionally feeling like, yeah, okay, this sounds good, this sounds right. It's coming from a place of emotional intellectualism. It's all about kind of being grounded. For me, kings are rooted in earth. So this is all about emotional groundedness. So you're approaching the situation from the energy, from the sensibility of the King of Cups, which is acceptance. So I feel that you're approaching all of this from a place of acceptance. King of Cups energy. What is the advice from the universe? Two of Swords energy. I do feel that you need to cut a few things out with that Two of Swords energy showing here. What are your hopes or fears? Page of Swords in the reverse. So Page of Swords in the reverse is interesting because an upright page only knows a little bit of information. There's a certain amount of awareness here. But the Page of Swords in the reverse is not knowing anything. Also, maybe it's something to do with really bad news or something like that. Page of Swords, like really bad bills or something like that. You know, threatening letters, that type of thing. Where are things leading to as a result of that Five of Wands energy for you, Virgo? It's going to be healed. Four of Swords energy. So the Four of Swords talks about a resolution, mental resolution here. But things are leading to it. So there's worries here with the Five of Wands, but it's leading to this being resolved. So there's going to be a resolution over those. Let me have a look at what the Five of Wands is about. What do you mean by the Five of Wands coming in for Virgo? What do you mean by the Five of Wands is coming in for Virgo in 2 cards? So it means, well, this is healing. Temperance energy showing here. Knight of Cups. So there's worries here. But it's the Temperance energy showing here. So a collaboration. Now, I think somebody's quite flaky, actually, because The bottom card is the Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands is a card about worries and friction. I think it's an argument. I think it's a little bit of a conflict. I think it's energies that clash. So I think what you're experiencing is a clash showing up here, Virgo. You're clashing with someone here. Who are you clashing with? Well, Temperance. Temperance is trying to cooperate. She's trying to cooperate with a Knight of Cups. Well, the Knight of Cups we know is somebody who can be quite flaky. So it's trying. You're experiencing a clash with somebody who's who's quite flaky. And why are they quite flaky? Well, I feel that they're quite flaky because they say that they're into this thing that you want to do, but they don't do it. Let me have a look at why they're showing up as being quite flaky. Why is this person showing up as being flaky? Why is this person showing up as being a little bit too flaky in 1 to 2 cards? Hierophant energy. I feel that their values are the Hierophant and the Page of Cups. I think that they've got it. They're quite immature. I think I think that their values or their beliefs are not yet mature. We've got a Page here. Page of Cups is a child. Immature energy is the Page of Cups, and the Hierophant is all about our values and our belief system. So I just feel that something here that there, and also wisdom is not mature. Hierophant is all about what we've learned. It's about our wisdom. With the Page of Cups, he comes to this place from a place of immaturity. So I think that this person, kind of wisdom-wise and knowing what to do-wise, is quite immature as an individual. I think that this person's values are very immature. As well with this Hierophant and Page of Cups energy, I think that this person is quite... this person is... And this is why they show up as being that... Knight of Cups, very wishy-washy. Also, they may have a drug problem, perhaps, because the Hierophant is all about commitment. All right, and the Page of Cups can be somebody who does drugs or drinks. So this person may be committed, or they may have some form of an addiction to drugs or an addiction to something. So it might be you just can't trust them to work alongside you, because what I'm getting here is that you guys are wanting to save money. Four of Coins. You've been a little bit reckless. It's not reverse the Fool, but for me the Fool in the reverse isn't recklessness. The Fool in the upright can be though, but that's the way that I interpret it. So to me, this looks like you guys are looking to save money. You've been a bit reckless, Virgo, with cash. Unlike you, I think. And now the reason that everything is occurring is because of the Queen of Swords. You might have received a warning with that Queen of Swords as well. All right, you might have been told in no uncertain terms that you have to save your money, or else you might have been told by your accountant something. In the last 2 to 3 weeks, or 3 to 4 weeks, January time, you've been faced with a choice. I want to ask what that choice is. I'm going to read that as a choice. What is this, lovers? What is this choice in 1 to 2 cards in the last 3 to 4 weeks for Virgo? Okay. No, I don't think it's a choice. I feel that you've experienced a really close relationship with someone here. I think in the last 2 to 3 weeks, this is a union. This isn't a choice, because I think that somebody's been trying to manipulate your emotions. It's not reverse though, that Lovers isn't. Okay, so you've experienced the Lovers a choice. Did we say? We said it was a choice, possibly. Maybe whether to take action or whether to keep things the way they are. Queen of Cups tends to keep things the way they are. The Magician tends to take action. So we'll read it as a choice, yeah? Choice. In the last 2 to 3 weeks, you've been faced with a choice. Do I take action or do I keep things the way that they are? Because the Queen of Cups is still. There's no movement with her, but there's action with that Magician. Do I take action or do I keep things the way that they are? Right, the action would be to start kind of trying to save your money. Okay, the most likely outcome will be the Hangman. You're going to have to sacrifice quite a few things. What does Virgo have to sacrifice? As the most likely outcome, what will Virgo have to sacrifice in 1 to 2 cards? You'll have to sacrifice the Queen of Wands energy here. So this is probably going out to every single party that you're invited to. Queen of Wands is an invitation card. In a way, it becomes like temptation, because she's an invite. When you go to Queen of Wands, you're being invited, you know, with that Queen of Wands energy, yeah. There you go, 3 of Cups to party. So you'll have to sacrifice things like being invitations to party, in being invited to do nice things, to eat nice foods, to go out clubbing and drinking. You'll have to sacrifice that, because this is about getting serious. And some of you guys have been a little bit reckless with money, I think, and now it's time to save. But what you're getting coming in is a bit of friction. bit of an argument, bit of a clash here in ideas, because I feel that you've been trying to, I'm wondering if this is just you, though. I'm wondering if it's you trying to moderate your desires. The Knight of Cups is desire and this is moderate. So no, actually we're going to read it like that. I don't think, I mean, for some of you guys, it could be that other people are involved. Yes, it could. But I actually feel that this is a little bit of a clash. Internally or externally. But if it's an internal one, Virgo, I think the clash comes because you're going to have to moderate with the Temperance energy your desires. The Knight of Cups, Knight of Cups, Page of Cups are the same sort of things. These are people that like to drink. These are people that like to smoke weed. They like to do nice things. They like to do pleasure. So you're going to have to kind of moderate those pleasures. Showing here, moderation of temperance, the pleasure of the Knight of Cups. And I feel that it's hard because some of you guys are committed to this Page of Cups, and it's hard to commit to the new path. Let's call this the new path. So we read it differently now. Some of you guys, if it's a personal thing, for sure, then I think that there is a little bit of anxiety here, Virgo, because what this means is that you guys are going to have to moderate. So this is like, you know, temper, you know, just, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? So when you're tempering something or you're moderating something, you're doing it less. So you're going to have to do this pleasure thing less. You're going to have to temper your pleasures here. And the pleasures we can see here, you like to do nice things. If you're invited to parties, if you're invited to go out and drink and eat nice foods and stuff like that, you know, you're going to have to temper all of that stuff that you love doing, because it's all about, with that Hangman, the most likely outcome, it's all about making a sacrifice. And you're going to have to sacrifice all of those things, all right? But you clash coming in because it means moderating the things that you desire, and you don't really want to do that because it means that you're going to have to commit to this new path. Or some of you guys are committed very much to the Page of Cups energy, I guess, in a way, which is drugs, drink, whatever it is. You guys are coming to this from a very kind of calm perspective, the King of Cups energy. You're coming to it from a place of acceptance. And the universe is saying, well, my advice is block out all temptation. If we had a devil there, we could say you need to block out all temptation. Let's call it temptation anyway. The advice is block out all temptation. Just cut it. You can't be half in, half out. You just cut it completely. Your fear is the Page of Swords reverse. Let's have a look at what that is. Because the Page of Swords reverse doesn't know anything at all. You know, he's got less knowledge than the Page in the upright, and he doesn't know that much either. So, what is the advice? So, false advertising came to me with the Page of Swords energy. But let's have a look. What do you mean by their fears? Virgo's fear is the Page of Swords reverse. Maybe also becoming angry, really angry, because the Page of Swords in the upright can be rude, but in the reverse is an absolute nightmare. So, what do you mean by the, Virgo's fear is the Page of Swords reverse in 1 to 2 cards? Seven of Swords energy. Okay, Seven of Swords avoiding the 8. So the 8 of Swords. You've got a 7 and an 8 of Swords. Okay. Now the 8 of Swords is about negative thinking. And the 7 of Swords for me is all about avoiding that. Or being released from that. Because the 7 of Swords is running away. It's interesting, but heading towards a trap makes me think. Because the 7 is heading towards the 8. So it's almost like your fear is heading towards a trap. So this is something to do with something being false. Something that is said that is false. It's, in the upright, this is the truth. This is honest communication. In the reverse, this is a lie. So your fear is the Page of Swords reverse. But who's telling you the lie? Because you're afraid of heading for a trap. The only person I could think here that you'd think was lying, Virgo, would probably be this Queen of Swords. Because what I'm seeing here is that somebody's advising you strongly to save your money. You've been a bit reckless. So I've got the root issue is someone here, a Queen of Swords, advising you. This is somebody, I don't want to say that they've been critical, but they may have been. Somebody might have been criticising the way that you've been looking after your money, your resources. It might be that you go to someone and say, oh, lend us a few quid every month. And they're like, well, what have you done with your money? Look, you've got to save your money. She's quite critical and she's quite forthright with her words. And that's why you're focusing on for a coin, saving your money for the week, for the month, whatever it is, because you realise that you've been a little bit reckless, you know, a little bit reckless with that Fool energy. And in the recent past, the last 4 weeks, you've had a choice to face, the Lover's energy, whether you're going to start taking action or whether you're going to keep things the same. the most likely outcome will be that you'll need to sacrifice. What are you going to need to sacrifice? Probably going out with the girls or the boys. Indulging. Okay, being attracted to indulgences. You know, whenever a friend invites you out, the Queen of Wands is noted to be the Queen party. She invites people to do things. Whenever you're invited out, going and doing it. Because that costs money. So you're going to have to sacrifice all of that. You're going to have to take a rain check on that. All right. And coming in, you guys are kind of like, you're facing this internal clash. Because you're going to have to moderate the temperance energy. All of those desires that you have. To go and do these nice things with the Three of Cups energy, all right? And follow this new path. Let's put this as following this new path. The universe is saying, yeah, you're accepting stuff, but you're really going to have to, our advice would be to block out all temptation. But your fears are the Page of Swords in the reverse. Running into a trap, because you're going to run into a trap. You're not going to be able to do it. You're heading towards a trap. You're heading towards a trap. You're not running away from it with that Seven of Swords. You're heading towards it. Can you see how you're running from the house? But you're going from one thing. It's almost like going from... Can you see how he's running from the house? He's got these thoughts, which is why he's running. But he's running from the frying pan into the fire. So your fear is the Page of Swords reversed. Running from the frying pan into the fire. Page of Swords in the reverse. I think that your fear is not informing yourself enough how you do this. So it may be... For some of you Virgos, you think there's got to be a better way to do this. Because the Page of Swords is like absolutely no information, like a complete lack of information. A complete lack of any type of awareness as well, I think, with the Page of Swords in the reverse. Because you almost think, what if I'm going from the frying pan into the fire? This person is telling me that I need to... This could be your accountant. They're telling me that I need to save my money here. But, you know, my fear is the Page of Swords in the reverse. You know, what if I'm being misinformed here? What if I'm being misinformed here? What if this person's saying things for their own agenda? What if they're not telling me the exact truth? Could be your accountant or something, or maybe your partner is telling you stuff. It doesn't have to be a woman. It's just somebody who's got a mouth on them, who's trying to tell you the truth and trying to inform you of something. But you say, well, what if this Queen of Swords is misinforming me? What if I'm going from the Seven of Swords, the frying pan, into the fire? However, I just feel that from this energy here, the Five of Wands... the Five of Wands, where I'm seeing a lot of kind of clashes, like internal clashes going on here, worries, anxiety, because you're going to have to, you know, moderate your desires. It's leading to the Four of Swords. I think it's leading to you guys not doing anything at all about it, because the Four of Swords means not to act. I don't think you're going to act. I don't think it's leading to you not doing anything. Why is this leading to Virgo not doing anything in two cards? Why would this lead to Virgo not doing anything in two cards? I think Ten of Coins energy, because of the Ten of Coins, wealth, you know, money, material stuff, having enough. Ace of Cups energy showing here. I just feel that you're kind of comfortable with the way that things are. I think that you've been kind of comfortable with the way that things are. That's the only way I can explain this, because the way that in the tapestry of the story, it looks to me like somebody's advising you to do something, but you're saying you're fearing that the person's lying. Maybe you're fearing as well, perhaps, that you're being misinformed. Maybe you're fearing that somebody's misinforming you, because maybe you're fearing with that Seven of Swords energy that they're trying to take something. Eight of Swords without you knowing. Seven of Swords and Eight of Swords. Maybe you're fearing that you're being misinformed because they're trying to take something. Maybe you're fearing that they're telling you something here because they're trying to take money from you without you seeing it, without you knowing it. So maybe, you know, maybe it's someone that you're married to, Virgo, who says, you know, don't dip into the money anymore because you've been quite reckless with that. You know, we've got to save the money in that. Maybe you feel that they're misinforming you with that Page of Swords in the reverse and that Queen of Swords, because this is information here. This is misinformation of it. So maybe, just maybe, Virgo, you feel that a partner is misinforming you here because what they're trying to do is take money, Seven of Swords, or take something from the bank account, for example, without you seeing it. Eight of Swords energy. So you may just have trust issues going on with them. All right, and it might be that you say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to stop spending because we have enough. We have an abundance of money here. We have an abundance of wealth. Ace of Cups is abundance, and the Ten of Coins is wealth. You've got a lot of money, some of you guys have. And you say, I don't need to stop spending. We've got loads of money. So it's almost like you feel that, I'm getting the impression on this reading that somebody's trying to tell you to stop doing something, Virgo, like spending money. But you're kind of like, I don't believe what they're saying, because I reckon that they're just trying to, you know, they're either trying to take something for themselves, or they're misinforming me so that they can avoid any problems going forward. But you say, well, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to carry on spending or doing whatever I've done, or go out with friends or whatever, spend money, because we've got money that's plentiful. We've got plenty of money. 10 of Coins and the Ace of Cups. We've got money in abundance here. Interesting. I just feel that there's a lack of trust in a relationship, whether it's your financial accountant, whether it's a friend, whether it's a partner. There's a lack of trust somewhere along the line here. Okay, there's a lack of trust. I don't know. Interesting. Let's have a look at what the advice is from the universe. What is the advice you have for Virgo on this reading? What is the advice through the Psychic Tarot for the heart? What is the advice? And also through the Fairy Oracle cards, what is the advice? Through the Fairy Oracle cards, what is the advice? Alright, so it's saying on the Fairy Oracles you need to wait for winter. So during the colder months, the Fairy Queen of Winter will help you manifest your next heartfelt wishes, as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all. Okay? And the Psychic Tarot of the Heart's advice is, it says to go with the flow. It says, I think this card was saying, it showed it for someone before, anything you want, you can manifest it. You simply need to ask. Alright, go figure. That's your reading, Virgo. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you like your own private reading, click on the comment section. In the comment section, there's the link to my website. You can also find the Valentine's readings for the month of February. There's 3 questions for 20 minutes. So you can go through and check those out if you want as well. Alright, have a great day. Take care, Virgo. Bye-bye.